Alright. So... we have the final boss coming, and there are a few ways that I can approach this. But first I need to look something up. The almighty mix list. I need to check. I have 22 Dragon Fangs. Shit. That's right, I didn't actually grind for items. I just was grinding for AP and levels. Wait. Yeah, I could do some fun things. There are a lot of ways to tackle the final boss. I kinda wanted to show off a few of the crazy mixes you can do. I also kinda want to keep summon on some... You take off steel, we don't need steel anymore. Could also sing, but that would require not getting hit in order to sing appropriately. Which could do, I guess. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and have 2 singers. Let's keep you on summon. Keep you on... let's do mix for you. Rapid fire, I'm not gonna do, because we've seen enough rapid fire. It's gotten old hat at this point. Let's go with time... wait, not time magic. Here goes Zenonage. Okay, let's give you Zenonage. Let's go ahead and give you blue. Blue is actually going to be a necessity here. Actually, yeah, let's give our singers summon. Lena can have blue magic. Go ahead and swap those so I don't get confused. And let's let Bartz be the mix artist. And for this, we're gonna take off the Hermes sandals. We're gonna put on angel rings, because we have ribbons already. Hopefully I don't have to run away from too many fights getting up to final boss. Yeah, let's go ahead and go with that. Actually, now might be a good time to... Nah, never mind, that's too much. I'll keep physicals on just for the sake of having a fallback plan. Go ahead and save that, and let's hopefully... Fuck! Okay. Alright, and here we are, the final screen. Time for the final boss. Phone call? My phone call. Shit. I know Xstat has gained the ultimate power and returned to tree state. Oh no, not Castle Bale. Oh no, not the random pirate cave. Swear to God. Oh, this phone sucks. Okay. Oh. Oh, I guess we failed. Fuck it. No, but what about our Deus Ex Machina? There has to be one. We can't lose, we're the heroes. Dorgan, Wolfman. But you're all dead, you can't enter. Would be re-entering. We, the Ghost Dads, will hold off the void somehow. Only the Warriors of Light can stop the darkness. That's you, by the way. So yeah, all the dead dads just basically came back in order to stop the void. Somehow. Speaking of dead dads, yeah, here's also King Tycoon. Ferris, seriously, you're like 22 years old. Stop calling him Papa. Onward, Warriors of Light. And this is the last opportunity to make sure that you're all kitted out. You have everything ready. You're all good to go before engaging the final battle. Yes. So White Hole is extremely dangerous. It not only insta-kills a party member, it will also petrify them. So you have to waste 2 people's turns to get them back to fighting state. You have to revive them, and then you have to Golden Needle them. Absolutely annoying. Alright, Potion, Dragon Fang. Dragon Power, so that's a mix that increases level by 20. Go ahead and drop Kotobupas, and let us get you started on Swift Song. You get the Mighty March going. Alright. We already did it to you. Let's do it to you. So, in the very original FF5, it was actually possible to beat this boss really easily with the same method you use against Shinryu. If you could berserk him by using the power staff or a certain item mix, and that would cause him to skip the script for half the boss fight, and let you just win without doing the more difficult part. They patched that, as far as I'm aware of, in the GBA version, so I don't expect it to work here. And yeah, I can't really do anything with you right now. So let's go ahead and drop Anna's Pain. Let's get you dragon powered. Dragon power you. You know what, let's go ahead and start throwing Sildres at you. Meanwhile, I'm gonna double check. What was the mix that doubles HP? Elixir and Dragon Fang. Oh, fuck me. There we go. Probably should have given Herb Mix as well, just so we could get this done super quick, but... Oh, wait! Our Reflect is down. Now it's time to do the thing that I was supposed to start with. Where is it? Where is it? Mighty Guard! Shoot some needles in. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it does. Mind is being drained. Alright. Next mix, let's see. Yeah, okay. Phoenix down and Holy Water. Life Shield, which makes you immune to instant death. Which I am not immune to at the moment. So that's kind of important to get down. Life Shield. Alright, next step is... Holy Water and Eye Drop. That boosts all elemental damage. So let me just go ahead and show that off. You don't even need an air knife now, because of that. Oh, oh, oh! Krill got punched. We don't have Golem anymore. That's fine. I think we're pretty good on the speed song. Let's go with... Oh god, what did I have Ferris doing? Ah! Okay, is there any more buff mixes I want to try doing? I think I'm pretty good on everything else. There's one other one that I could do, but I'm not sure it's necessary. Like, Mating Kiss and Dragon's Fang would make everyone heavy and a dragon. Which, sure, but I kind of already have everything else covered in that one. So... What's a haste? Turtle Shell Eye Drop? I don't think it's necessary, because I had the speed song going. Notice how quickly the region is ticking because of the speed song. Okay, I want you guys to stop singing. I don't want to outright kill you. I might just have to commit to poking them. You're dodging! Hey, I'm supposed to be immune to that. Okay, now you stop singing. Oh wait, I don't mean to stop you, you're still going. Shit. Yeah, you were doing Mana's Paean, which is... pretty fine. Now, Hero's Rhyme, that's the level song, and I kind of already did level boosting, and I'm not sure I didn't do any more of that. And then toss the Sildra, see how that goes. Yeah, sure, let's just go ahead and get to it. I don't want to waste too much time doing this. Wait, am I... Make sure I'm recording. I'm recording. I don't want to have to have done all this and then be like, oh shit, I'm not recording. So, technically, since I've done Elemental Power, which is apparently the only way to boost water magic damage, Leviathan should do excessive amounts of damage. Yeah! Okay. Alright, and let me just go ahead and get the MP healing one. Which was High Potion Ether. Balm of Gilead. So yeah, I could actually just toss Leviathan at him, and that would do a shit ton of damage. Uh-oh. I love the fact that his sprite is just the tree extending so high into the sky to meet the flying warriors of light here. Uh-oh. EOX death. We're gonna have a lot of screen flashing here. I'll put another flashing warning. I love they added that little they had that little thing in the back because they knew there was nothing more to the sprite. Alright, so, first things first, if you have Magic Lamp, use it. Because this boss has 4 sections to it, and each section has a different job that it does. One of them will cast high-level magic, one of them will cast something called Almagest, one does Grand Cross, and there's another that's does some other really rude shit. But the reason you want to do the you want to do the Magic Lamp is because Magic Lamp Odin will always do Zantetsuken, and there is one section of Neo X-Step that is not immune to instant death. So that back section is gone. So next step is to just wail on the other 3 parts. And considering I buffed everybody with the Speed Song and the Magic Song, this probably won't take too long. And there's no particular element you have to use, there's no gimmick for the rest of them, you just have to damage race this guy. And then survive Almagest and Grand Cross. Go ahead and put Golem Wall up, because that'll actually stop Vacuum Wave if he does it again. Oh, and there's the shaking that means he's about to do some serious shit. Now, Zenonage is another way to multi-target damage. There's Almagest, and it missed everybody. That's how crazy the buffs are that you can get by singing and mixing. Just absolutely destroy. Just avoid damage. Okay, that's 1 part dead. Now, if you don't multi-target the parts of Neo X-Death, the one that remains... Oh, fuck. No effect. What? Oh, shit. Wait. They're all dead? Okay, well, what I was gonna say is that if there's 1 part left alive of Neo X-Death, he starts spamming Meteor. And that's... yeah. There we go. Okay. I was going too fast and actually... okay. That's beautiful. So now you can see why I say this game is broken as shit. Because I just took what is essentially an incredibly difficult final boss and just ruined it for a mixture of chemist ability and bard ability. Both classes which you wouldn't expect to use in the final game. Also, FF5 getting it backwards. The word crawl is supposed to happen in the prologue of the game, not at the end. No need for all that twirling. Yes, avoid it still here. Oh, I do actually have to interact with it. think in the GBA version it auto-plays this final sequence. You know, I bet the void just kind of has to keep existing. I don't can actually get rid of it. It's that little balance thing. It's like the epitaphs in Kubia. I'm sorry, that was the Twilight Bracelet. So of course that was the crystal shards. Leaving the party and coming back together as the crystals. And of course they'll come back together in the dungeons where we found the tablets. And everything's returning. And Tycoon. I mean, it's not being reborn, it's just being reverted. If it was being reborn, then it would be an entirely new world, but, you know, whatever. A little drift she did. Ah! Great Caesar's ghost. I mean, Tycoon's ghost. Dawn Warriors all being like, yeah, we actually died, so we have to stay here, but you guys are still alive, so, you know, go home. Run home, Jack. Run home, Jack. So, a special note to make here is that if any of your party member is KO'd during the final boss, this sequence from here onward changes based on who's knocked out. Because if they're KO'd at the end of the fight, they'll just be like, "Ah, I don't have the energy, I can't." And they just kind of get left behind in the void. God, Wind Crystal? Okay, we get it. Wind Crystal's just super hyped. Krill, for the last time, your grandpa is dead. Oh wait, that grandpa. Written by Krill. If any of the party members are KO'd, it's Bartz who writes it. Or if Krill's KO'd, it's Bartz who writes it. And over all of the random towns and cities that we never visited in World 3 because they were erased before we could reach them. This is an interesting one because if Lena's KO'd, she's just straight up not here. And they'll make mention of Ferris kind of waiting for Lena to come back, but Lena and Ferris being not KO'd leads to Ferris doing this. Staging a daring escape in order to go back to piracy. And then if Krill's KO'd, this'll just be like, you know, everybody's wondering where Krill is. And if Bartz is KO'd, this entire section gets skipped. And then they play this one. And then follow up with Boko sitting in front of the pirate cave. With the whole waiting for Bartz thing. Or wondering where Bartz is. The heck? Okay, these are only supposed to play if the member of the party is dead. Why is it playing them all now? Remember that time Lena got shot by a poison arrow? Got poisoned. Remember that time Lena walked through poisoned flowers and got poisoned? I should have showed the mountaineering part, where she climbed back up the mountain and then threw a rope across the gap to get the others across. Yeah, pretty sure in the GBA version, if all the party survives, they just play, like, this kind of, like, grayscale clips of Galuf stuff instead. Remember that time Krill was a Deus Ex Machina? Remember that time Krill bench-pressed someone twice her size? Remember that time where she just kind of became the replacement for Galuf? This is so weird, I don't remember that happening like that. Maybe my memories are just weird. I don't know. Oh, I think it's gonna play on its own now. Oh no, for some reason I am sad. What is this feeling? Maybe it's here where it plays the Galuf clip. Yeah, here it plays Galuf clip. Action, Grandpa. Remember that time Grandpa went Super Saiyan until he died? Now, a funny thing is, if members of the party here are KO'd, the other members are already down here with, Krill, or whoever is still alive. And then you get this whole thing where the tree drops, like, there's like a light that shows up, and it drops your dead party members into, like, a patch of flowers. And then you hear Galuf just say, like, yeah, it's not your time yet. Instead, when everyone's alive, you just get this little kind of heartwarming moment. Calif's laughing at Krill because now he doesn't have to endure the torture. It's the wind in the trees, rippling of water, crackling of fire. Oh god, the forest is on fire again! Oh, wait. Shifting of the earth, the ground explodes and the antlion shows up again. Let's go! Off into the forest. Suddenly chocobos. Suddenly Windrake. Alright. So that's it of Final Fantasy V. Again, a lot of people say this is a great game, but I argue that it's not. Generally because the story is very bare bones, it very much makes shit up as it goes along, and the gameplay is, while fun, very, very poorly thought out and just super easy to break. Just absolutely easy to make broken, which is why Fiesta is kind of the best way to play FF5, because it forces you to play it like a normal game. And while you can get job combinations that will let you do overpowered stuff, you'll tend to get jobs that you have to work around certain problems, and it kind of makes you think. But it's kind of a bad idea to say a game is good because of what you can do in it, as far as like limiting yourself in how you play it, because when you look at the game as a whole, you have to look at everything you can do. And FF5 is very, very not good at giving you a balanced experience. At some point, you just end up being too powerful. Like, even if you don't grind your ass off like I did, you can still end up just really, really busted. Like, even my very first time playing where I didn't know shit about the game, I beat Neo X-Death just having Zenonage, and then... Oh hey, and there's Tetsuya Takahashi on the technical engineers. But yeah, my first playthrough, I beat Neo X-Death just by having Zenonage and a Mimic. And I was just like, man, this game kinda sucks. Because I hadn't even mastered that many jobs at the time. Also, the Pixel Remaster is definitely not the best version. Having played through it several times, I've recognized that there are a lot of scripted sequences that are just completely messed up. But also a lot of the patching they try to do to make the game work better breaks a lot of strategies for certain job classes, like if you're playing with Fiesta, which is why I wouldn't recommend Pixel Remaster for a Fiesta playthrough, because something that works on the GBA version is not gonna work in this one. Especially because certain stuff like Vampire and other blue magics that are normally like really crazy in the GBA but aren't in other versions. And then, you know, a mix of other problems. And I've already talked to death about the translation. Like, if you don't mind just how basic the story is, you can enjoy it. I mean, you can enjoy a bad game. I'm not gonna say that, oh, you can enjoy it so it's a good game. I'm not gonna call it bad either, though. It's not like Final Fantasy III bad or Final Fantasy XIII bad. It's more like a... yeah. It's kind of a middle ground situation. I guess kind of the same way I feel about 10. Even though I kind of like... well, I kind of like 10's story. It's just there are a lot of things about it that most people won't like, and I recognize that. Because... just general stuff, really. It's perfectly enjoyable. And especially because you can break the game and feel overpowered. Like, if you want to play a game where you feel like that, go to town. Do your dual-wield rapid-fire spell blade shit. Just master Mystic Knight, Ninja, and Ranger, and you're good to go. As far as my feelings on it, I do like FF5, even though it's not good. I just really prefer playing the original version, which I still haven't found a really good, like, fan translation of the SNES version, so I just play the PlayStation version, which has a couple of things that make it more bearable, like you can auto-run, or not auto-run, but you can run without having to equip the Thief class. And just generally runs okay. People complain about loading screens, but I'm like, or load times, and I'm like, how did you have any trouble with the load times? It only takes like 2 seconds. Unless you have like a really bad version, or you're trying to like read it onto an emulator. It's not that, the loading times are not that bad. And it's only a loading time to go between, like, in a fight and out of a fight. Otherwise, it kind of just takes the same amount of time for everything else as it would in the SNES version. So that's my preferred version. Also because Pirate Ferris is actually pretty funny. Like, they had a lot of fun with Pirate Ferris, and I appreciate that. But also, the translation was more straightforward. It was word for word what was in the old game, more or less. There wasn't a lot of flibberty, like, embellishing things. I need to stop talking about that, because I've already complained about it before too many times. But yeah, if you were to give FF5 a try, I don't think you would be disappointed like I was when I first beat it. I would just recommend playing an older version and not playing the Pixel Remaster. Like, somehow find a copy of, God, what was it? There was the game pack that was 5 and 6 together. It was like Anthology or something. If you find the GBA version, I'm in. Okay. You're lucky. Also, these credits are way too long for this song. That's the end of the song. That end of the song is supposed to actually hit whenever... Oh god. They kind of broke it. Also, just as an aside, I pointed out Tetsuya Takahashi in the credits. He actually worked on FF5. He was responsible for the original battle backgrounds. Here we get the details on each character. Look at all the abilities! All the abilities! 73 out of 74, because I didn't master Mimic, because I just didn't care at that point. And of course, depending on what job they are during that final fight, they'll perform a different animation. Because they're freelancers, they're just doing attack. Like, if someone's a summoner, they'll summon Sildra or whatever. If you have Ranger, you'll do animals, and sometimes it'll pop up with the Mysidian Rabbit. That dot that shows up at the very top of the screen. So goofy when it zooms in on the pixelated sprite. It just hammers in how these sprites were made back then, is just pixel by pixel. Oh, that's boring. In the old versions, that the end would like go like spiraling across the screen until it finally ended at the center. This is just straight up meh. I'm gonna guess that's because they did it with Mode 7, and maybe they just didn't... I don't know how they... Because Mode 7 was used for like the airship sequences and stuff, so I don't know if they like did something else for that, or if they still tried to use it. It's an archaic method of doing faux 3D. So yeah, that is the end of Final Fantasy V. Hope you all enjoyed that. That was a little more casual than I had hoped, just because of things failing miserably. But on the plus side, I tried to be as informative as possible, show off things. There were a couple things I missed I didn't get to show off. That I probably won't do an extra video for those because, well, play the game yourself, you'll discover them. And as much as it's almost over, I would recommend, like, next year trying it out with Fiesta, because that's a fun way to try out FF5. It's also a fun challenge, gets you to think and to strategize. But yeah, that was the end of FF5. Hope you all enjoyed, and as usual, don't let go of the potato.